The message is, llame a sus abuelos, meaning call your grandparents. We have a memorial there on the left to Kobe Bryant and local rap artists. Young people like to take pictures in front of their cars, graduation pictures. This sort of takes a party atmosphere as the evening sets in. That white building on the left is a nightclub with a swimming pool in the middle. Yeah, you can have a cocktail and cool off. Here on the left is our football team, the Texans. H-Town is another name for Houston. Now, this area is called East Downtown area. This used to be the Chinatown back in the day. We use the word China loosely. We mean Asians. During the late 1800s to the 1920s, large groups of Chinese moved to the U.S. to help out with the railroads.
Diverse, progressive, economically thriving, and entirely affordable. It's the next great world city. Houston is one of the most exciting cities in the Texaplex. What is the Texaplex? It's the triangular region of Texas that comprises Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Austin. It's where 80% Texaplex advantage of Houston's size is its economy. If Houston were an independent nation, and don't think we haven't considered it, it would rank as the world's 30th largest economy. This massive population means the sixth largest airport system in the world, serving more than 51 million passengers each year. The city's public transportation system operates more than 1,500 accessible buses and 7.5-mile rail line. Also boasts the nation's third largest fleet of taxis. Follow a taxi on a Monday morning, and you may see a passenger drop off the base line at 69, which is 500 companies to large Houston. Which brings us to Houston's next Texaplex advantage: business. Second only to New York City in the number of Fortune 500 companies, Houston is also home to 16 of the Fortune 100 fastest growing companies. Last year, Houston was the #1 city for job creation in the nation. Look at the accolades. Biz journals rank the top 10 labor markets in the nation and put Houston at #1. Forbes.com named Houston as one of the top 10 up-and-coming tech cities. The Center for Women's Business Research named Houston the fastest growing metropolitan area for women-owned businesses. And the list goes on. Seems like everybody's in on the secret. The Texaplex advantage is real, and Houston is taking full advantage of it. Which may explain why the Texas Medical Center in Houston is the largest medical center complex in the world. 5 million patients each year visit the center, which boasts over 20 million square feet of space and employs more than 15,000 people. The MD Anderson Cancer Center is U.S. News and World Report's #1 cancer treatment facility in the U.S. With the local economic impact already at $10 billion, the expanding healthcare economy.
Here on the left is another beautiful mural, bringing the importance of child labor awareness. But notice how when we move forward, the blue jugs on the right cover the children like a curtain. So the artist created like a 3D effect. Now, way over there on the left, you see a building with a hole in the middle. That is the CenterPoint Energy building. And a lot of people ask me about that hole. They say, Yolanda, what's that hole there for? Well, that hole is not a heliport. It's not a swimming pool. It's just a big hole. Or maybe they wanted to spend their money on something. But newsflash, I just found out that in March, Circus of Soleil is going to do an acrobatic stunt on the top. So they found a good use for the hole. How about that? Way over there on the left is a building that has a Mayan pyramid on the top. That is the Heritage Plaza. And that architect traveled to the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, and he was so inspired by the Mayan energy, he built a Mayan temple on the top. My friends, Houston is a very young city. It was founded in 1836 by two brothers from New York, John and Augustus Allen. This brown building on the right is the oldest law school from 1923. They are celebrating their first 100 years. So those are future lawyers. And right in front of us is Green Street. Green Street is 4 blocks, 3 stories high, shopping, dining, sports walk of fame, house of blues, piano bar, even a bowling alley. So yeah, just so you can have an idea geographically where you are. To the right is the visitor center. That's where we started. And we're traveling on San Jacinto Street. San Jacinto is where it all started. That's where the Battle of General Sam Houston fought against the Mexican army, General Santa Anna, and they defeated him in only 18 minutes. About 35 minutes there, from the downtown area is a monument of the San Jacinto Monument. Lots of history. If anybody wants to explore on your own. Here on the right is the Tejas Grill Sports Bar. But notice the name. You see how it's spelled T-E-J-A-S? That is the original pronunciation for the word Texas. It's pronounced Tejas, and the word Tejas means friendly ally or friend. That's why we say, welcome to Texas, the friendly state. But not everybody's so friendly.
Hello there, Sam Houston here. You know, I came from Tennessee in the early 1830s, and in my lifetime I had the privilege of holding many important roles. Soldier, senator, governor. But the role I'm most proud of is leading Texas in its war for independence. I will never forget that fateful afternoon of April 21st, 1836. In a matter of 18 minutes, my Patriot Army defeated General Santa Anna and his troops at the Battle of San Jacinto. After gaining its independence, the Republic of Texas flourished, and I was honored to be its first president. In August of that same year, the fine city of Houston was founded on the banks of the Buffalo Bayou. You know, Houstonians have been industrious people from the beginning, so it's no surprise to me that they were on the forefront of the energy industry and space travel. But who would ever have thought that Houston would be the first word spoken on the moon? Well, I hope you enjoy your time here in Houston, and long live Texas.
Here on the right is the 1911 United States Customs House. This is where they enlist the Army troops and the Marines. Here on the right is a federal detention center. You notice the barbed wire? You guessed it, it's a jail. Here on the left is the oldest church congregation from 1839. Remember I told you that the city was founded in 1836? So it took 3 years to put the first church congregation. Ask me how long it took to put the first saloon. 2 weeks. We're traveling on Texas Avenue right now. Texas Avenue was wide enough for horses, cattle, and longhorns to run through here. So you notice how there was a government building, a jail, a church, law offices, banks, hotels, apartments, everything is mixed up. The reason why is because Houston doesn't have a very strict zoning laws. So I just mentioned it because some people think it's kind of weird. On the right is the first petroleum building from 1926. It is now a beautiful Cambria Hotel. You're going to see the Texas flag waving pretty much everywhere throughout the tour. You see the Texans are pretty proud to be Texans. This on the right is Vic and Anthony's Steakhouse. I've never been there myself, but I've heard very good reviews. And speaking of food, Houston has great Mexican food and excellent Mexican food, fresh seafood, and don't forget the barbecue.
Coming up, you will see a magnificent black tower. That's the Annunciation Catholic Church, built in 1866. It's considered to be the mother church of Catholicism in Houston and was recorded as a Texas historic landmark in 1969.
Here on the right is the old Union train station. You know, more than 200 trains used to leave from Houston to Galveston and from Houston to Dallas. Although we don't use the old train station, when they built the new ballpark, they kept the old train station and now it's the front of the new ballpark, which is what you see here on the right. This is the Minute Maid Park, home of the Houston Astros. It does have a little a retractable roof. It takes 20 minutes to completely open and close. So rain or shine, the games continue. Oh, and the last little locomotive is still up there. And when the Astros win the game or they hit a home run, that little choo-choo train up there goes back and forth and blows smoke and goes choo-choo. And here to the right are two Hall of Famers, Jeff Bagwell and Biggio. We're gonna give you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a little break if anybody wants to get off and take some pictures. Just like 3-4 minutes, hop off, but remember to hop back on. And our good friend Yolanda brought complimentary water for everybody.